Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, May 15th, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I come on every month for an hour to answer any live questions that you may have. And I don't know how you guys are doing, but I'm doing pretty well. It's been really busy. We're launching our new website, which will eventually turn into a mobile app called Om Heals, where we're going to connect you with energy healers, the right energy healers. So we're going to match you with the energy healers that we believe can help you. And that's going to launch in the next few weeks. So I have more information on that as we go. But right now we're just doing what they call an MVP, minimal viable product, to launch and to get a feedback from you guys about the website, the product, and if we're good matchmakers of energy healers. So look out for that. It's going to be omheals.com. I also want to make an announcement that this on Tuesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. my time, which is Pacific time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're doing the group consciousness healing live meditation where we have an individual that we send healing to. And we've had in the past weeks, we had somebody with an autoimmune issue. Last week, we had somebody with, she had a weight issue and she wanted to lose 25 pounds. Another week, we had somebody with cancer. Another week, we had somebody who wanted to make a move. So every week we have an individual that asks for some healing in their life. It could be a health issue, it could be money, career, business, relationships. And we collectively use the power of our group consciousness to send that intention healing to that individual. And we're doing that every Tuesday night on the Yin and Yang Living Club at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I placed a link below this video of that clubhouse room. So go to that link and join us. If you want a group consciousness healing on you, join that group and we'll be happy to do that. Send that healing intention to you. So join us Tuesday evenings on Clubhouse on the Yin and Yang Living Club. And, really this room, like I said before, is really for you to answer for me to answer any questions. So if you have any questions, please ask them. I am happy to answer any questions. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about in the meantime, if you have any questions about anything, just ask me what the question is. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about is about numerology. I've been really into numerology these days. And I don't know if any of you have been into numerology, or if you know your numerology, what your destiny life path number is. Numerology goes from basically numbers 1 to 9, and then there's 11 and 22. Those are the basic numerology numbers. And you find out your numerology based on the day that you were born, where you were born, based on your birthday. And you can also find your numerology based on the name, your full birth name. So I don't know if any of you have done numerology. Like I said before, if you have any questions, let me know. So the numerology is a very, very, it's a really cool, it's a really Hi, May. Hi, Maria. Good morning. Hi, Brock. Hi, Mako. How often should the chakras? Okay, Mako, you know what? It's so weird because I didn't see these questions until I popped out the chat. So, wow. So I didn't see them, but I just popped out the chat and now I see the questions. How often? Okay, so Mako has a question. How often should the chakras cleaning be done? Does it depend on situations we pass in everyday life? That's a really good question, actually. How often should the chakras cleaning be done? You know, I feel like cleaning ourselves, our chakras, is something that we never stop doing. Why? You never stop cleaning, taking showers, taking baths. You never stop cleaning your home. You never stop cleaning your garden, right? You never stop. It's a lifestyle, it's a way of life, because what it is that, you know, we have situations that arise, you know, after we've done the cleanse, then we have more situations that arise in life, right? It's like life is like an ebb and flow. You know, one day we're feeling good, the next day something traumatic happens, and then we're now holding on to that trauma. So, you know, see your chakra cleaning like you're cleaning your home or you're taking a shower. You do it on a consistent basis, right? It's like meditation. I never stop meditating. I never, or eating. You don't stop eating. Oh, you might fast for a day or two, but you know, you have to eat at some point to be able to live. Well, it's the same thing with our inner world. We're constantly working on it. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And the journey of expansion and growth, of cleaning that chakras to release all of that resistant energy, is something that's on a consistent basis. We never stop doing that. So obviously you don't necessarily have to do it every day, but you know, I think if you can do it on a consistent basis, you know, I do meditations, you know, often where I'm clearing out my chakras. I'm visualizing light that's clearing out my chakras. And I never, you know, that meditation, I do it relatively often. So I would say do it in a consistent basis. That's what I say. Good morning, Sri Rupa. Like I said, if you have any other questions, let me know. And I will answer them. But that was a really good question. I think that it's important to really be consistent with the cleaning, the cleansing process of your inner world. That is just so important because and you know, there are people that also, energy healers, that can clean the chakras for you, but you can do it yourself. And all healing happens really by yourself. What the energy healer does is they help you facilitate that healing. Don't think that an energy healer is the one that's actually healing you. You are actually healing yourself. What the energy healer does, it helps you to facilitate that healing. And so always remember that. Hi, Norma from Odessa, Florida. Wow, you know, my sister was just talking about moving to Florida or maybe Texas. She lives in New York, but she's thinking about it. You know, and the funny thing is I've never been to Florida. So remember that all cleansing, all healing is really done in here yourself. Your consciousness, your body knows how to heal. When you bring in an energy healer or energy practitioner, that person is helping you to facilitate that healing. And now, you know, I use many energy healers. I've used so many energy healers with so many. I just did a healing session with somebody named Ruth about you know, using the modality called super consciousness modality. So I use energy healers all the time to help me facilitate that cleansing, releasing. Brock, you have a question. Okay, so I hope that helped you, Mako. I am not able to heal my leaky gut with all proper diet and supplements. I had atopic dermatitis and now I have bad acne with IBS. Is my nervous system not letting me heal? Brock, you know, I understand how you feel. because I also have my own gut issues. And I've been able to manage my gut issues because partly, a lot has to do with really shifting my my belief systems, shifting my inner consciousness, shifting the way I think, the way I see the world, the way I see situations. And so one of the things is that proper diet is really, really important for a good digestion, right? Because I had to change my diet. I've been doing for many years. I eat, a dairy-free diet. I eat a gluten-free diet. I don't drink any alcohol. I eat actually now like 2 meals a day. So I eat in the morning, and I have to eat small meals. I can't even eat big meals. So the thing is that, yeah, you talked about your nervous system not letting me heal. Is that what it is that the diet, the supplements are all great. However, there is a root cause to why you have a leaky gut. I always say there's a root. There's a physiological root cause, and then there's an energetic, spiritual root cause. And so there might be things that you are holding on to, that you're still holding on to, perhaps in your nervous system, perhaps in one of your chakras. You're holding on to it, and every cell in your body is holding on to that information. It's some trauma information. It could be trauma from this life. It could be trauma from a previous life. It could be some trauma that you're holding on to that is not allowing your body to heal. And so what I do is, that's why the meditation, and that's why I've seen many energy healers to help me get to the root cause of the trauma. Because not just trauma from my childhood. I had a lot of trauma from my childhood at the hands of my father. That also created my health issue. But also, I asked my energy healers, I said, help me, clear out any trauma from my past lives, from my previous lives. Because what it is we're this soul consciousness. And in that soul consciousness, we come into many different lives. And so if you have trauma from your past life, or you've had trauma, or your ancestors have trauma, it's coming to you now, and you're putting it into a new body. So, when the shamans heal, they heal people energetically at the soul level. And so when you get rid of that trauma information in that energy consciousness that you are, then you're allowing your body to heal physically, because the physical form follows energy. Energy does not follow physical form. Physical form follows energy. So one of the things that you might want to think about is, might make a list of what are some of the traumas that you are conscious of in this life, at least the things that you are conscious of, not even the things that you're unconscious of, because you don't know what those traumas are unless you go into that unconscious mind. But even to make a list of the things that you've experienced, maybe as a child, maybe as a teenager, whatever it is, that trauma, and ask the divine to help you to release that trauma. There's a Ho'oponopono meditation that I have. You could use the Ho'oponopono technique to ask your super conscious mind, who will communicate with the divine, to help you release that stuff in your nervous system, in every cell, every tissue, every organ of your subconscious mind in your body. There are many techniques that you can use to ask the divine, the spirit, to help you to release that, so that your body goes back to its natural balance. It's able, allow it to heal. So I hope, Brock, that has helped you answer your question. But I totally understand about gut issues, because that's where I have my health problems. And, I attribute a lot of my gut issues with my traumatic childhood. So I get it. And I also can be very anxious and stressed. My nervous system can also be heightened because of that living in fear for many years as a child. So I do a lot of stuff now to release all of that fear. Even with my business coach, Julian, he helps me, he gives me tools and techniques to release that anxiousness, because that anxiousness is triggered by even that living in fear as a child. So I hope that helps you. Norma, what are the symptoms of not cleansing the traumas? By the way, I was born in Brooklyn, New York. Oh, wow, Norma. Wow, that's so cool. I lived in Park Slope, Brooklyn for 10 years before I came out to the West Coast. I love Brooklyn. What are the symptoms of not cleansing the chakras? Okay, those symptoms can be so many things for so many different people. I mean, it could be anything. It could be feeling lethargic, lack of energy. It could be like a fog in your head, lack of focus. It could be it could be symptoms of even skin rash. I mean, there's so many ways. Everybody will have a different manifestation of the chakras not being in balance. It's basically anything, anytime your energy in your chakras are not balanced, and it depends on how unbalanced it is. The more unbalanced it is, the more likely the disease, a bigger disease will manifest. But you'll feel it because you won't feel right. You could have physical symptoms, you could have emotional symptoms, you could have mental symptoms when your chakras are not aligned, flowing, flowing in a harmonious ways. If you're holding on to trauma, in those energy fields. So for each person, it could be a different symptom. So, figure out, see what your symptoms might be. And I can't really tell you what exactly, the symptoms for chakras. There's so many symptoms, and those symptoms are mental. You could feel depression. You could feel loneliness. You could feel it, maybe even, all these things, because if your chakras are so harmonized, are so clear, and I tell you, most people on this planet, their chakras are not perfectly cleared. I still have a lot of stuff to do. That's why I go through days when I'm depressed. I go through days when I don't feel worthy, because if my chakras were always cleansed, I wouldn't have any of those days. So that's why it's a journey. It's a journey. And it's okay that your chakra is not completely clean. It's okay. Be okay with that, because we're in the journey of, this is about the journey of improving ourselves. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. And so one of the ways that you grow and expand is by working on those things about yourself that is not clean. That's how you grow and expand. Because if everything was clean and perfect, you would not have to have any lessons. And therefore, you would not have to be in this physical plane. The reason why you are in this physical plane is because you have work to do on cleansing those chakras. You have work to do to learn lessons, right? Because if your chakras were perfect, there would be no work. So be okay with that. Just know that it's a process of work and expansion. Good morning, Terry. Yes, this is live. So you have a question. Do I have to have all the proper setup for the Buddha chant, or could I continue to look at a blank wall during my chanting? Yes, Terry, of course you could look at a blank wall during your chanting. You don't have to have the proper setup. You don't even have to have what they call a puja, an altar. I have a puja, an altar. You don't have to have that. You could be chanting anywhere. You could be chanting in bed. You could be chanting while you're walking. You could be chanting while you're running. You could be chanting even while you're driving, although I would suggest that, when you drive, pay attention to the driving, because you don't want to get into an accident. But you don't have to have any setup. The setup, really, when you have a setup, it just helps you to connect. There's a physical representation of the divine or the Buddha that helps you get into that energetic space to make the chant more powerful. But chant, you could be in a cave. Lots of yogis and ascetics live in caves and do their entire spiritual work in caves in the mountains of Himalaya. You know, there's this one Buddha nun, and I'm sure I was a Buddhist monk in one of my previous lives. I am absolutely sure of this, because there's a part of me that wants to just live in a temple and just meditate, chant, pray. You know, there's a part of me that only wants to do that. But this woman, you know, she's a Buddhist monk. She lived in the cave for like 8 years to train herself. Do you know how she slept? She slept sitting up. That's how she slept every day, sitting up to train her mind. So you don't need a whole setup to have powerful chants and to connect to the divine. You don't need it. That's just, it's what I call packaging. And the packaging, you know, when you have a Buddha statue in front of you, it's a physical representation of, and also it is partly feng shui and vatsu. You know, you're placing an object to help you connect to those energies, but you don't need it. It's not necessary. You can certainly chant on a blank wall. And the more you practice doing that, the more you'll see, the less, you know, the less of the Buddha altar that you'll need. Hi, Ravindra. Hi, good night. Good night from India. Wow. Hi, Anna. Okay, Terry, you asked me, why can't you eat large meal? Do you choose not to, or is there a deeper reason? Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why I can't eat large meals. When you have a more compromised digestion, when you eat large meals, your digestion has to work that much harder. It has to work twice or triple harder, right? And I don't want my digestion to do that. You know, because if it works harder, it takes so much energy to digest food. Let me repeat that. It takes so much energy to digest food. And that's why I can't even eat after 6 p.m. I can't really eat either, because if I eat after 6 p.m., I'm not, you know, I don't have as much energy. So I'm not burning the food as much. I'm not metabolizing the food as much at night. So in the morning, I feel completely lethargic. So eating small meals doesn't overstretch my digestive system. That's why eating small meals, period, is good for you, because you're not asking your digestive system to work really hard, because because digestion takes so much energy. And this is why, especially for those of us who have digestive issues, eating small meals is the smartest thing that we can do, because you're not asking your digestion to overwork itself. And that's the reason why. That's the reason why I have to eat smaller meals. The symptoms you are saying I am having, Norma Fig. Okay, Norma, yeah, I'm sure you're having. So what it is this, Norma, is, you know, I have actually a meditation to clear the chakras on my meditation playlist. So, you know, just use that meditation to help clear your chakras, because and there's other reasons why it could be. It's not just the chakras. It could be other things going on. But I think cleaning the chakras is a good way to start, Norma. And so look at that meditation and imagine a light coming down, because energy is manifested as light. That's why in these meditations, there's always light involved, because energy, when it manifests, becomes light, and light is everything. And so imagine the light just coming through, descending down on each chakra, your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, your throat chakra, your heart chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your sacral chakra, your root chakra. Imagine that light just coming, descending, and really giving that cleansing, healing energy to each chakra. Visualize that. and I'll visualize releasing any stuck energy in each chakra. And it could be like a light that flickers in each chakra, and then have it descend down and then descend down and descend down. So, okay, so let's see. Aniel, I love your channel. Thank you for your precious advice. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Aniel, and welcome to the channel. Mako, I am understanding more the importance of chakra cleansing. I started meditating after watching your videos about its benefits. I got more peace, concentration, positivity. Oh, I'm so glad, Mako, that it has really helped you. I'm actually going to be putting out another meditation next week. So I try to put out one meditation per month. So I'm so glad that you're benefiting from them. Shaz, working on blocking my throat chakra. Any tips appreciated? Okay. So the throat chakra really represents, in consciousness, the throat chakra represents your ability to speak the truth, your truth, your truth. So one of the things that could block your throat chakra is when you feel that you are not expressing your truth. That is one of the reasons why it could get blocked, because that energy center represents communication and speaking your truth. So if you feel like you're out in the world and you're not speaking your truth, not somebody else's truth, but your truth, what is true for you, and you're not expressing that, you're not able to express and communicate that, then there might be blockage. So one of the things is to, ask the divine, give me the courage to express my truth. Give me the courage to express my truth, because you have your truth and your truth should be expressed. And so when we feel like we're suppressing our truth, that's when the throat chakra can get blocked, because it's about communicating your truth. And so I hope that will help, Shaz. You're welcome, Terry. Yes, you wanted, okay, so you wanted to do the chanting in your car. You know what you can also do is the car is good, but make sure that the first thing that you're paying attention to is really the traffic and the driving. I would not want you to get into an accident because you are chanting and not paying attention to the driving. You've got to pay attention to the driving, because I don't want harm to come your way. Okay. So, if when there's a red light, you can start chanting, but please, I just want you to be safe. So please make sure when you're chanting in the car, make sure that your priority is to be focused in the driving and the traffic. That's really, really important. And that's why, you can't really do like, it's hard. You can't really meditate and stuff like that, while you're in the car. Although being fully focused and present with driving is a form of meditation, because when you are fully focused on the driving and not thinking about the past or the future, that's actually meditation, because anything where you're fully present in the now is meditation. That's what meditation really is. Meditation doesn't mean to go like this. That's not what meditation is. The reason why we go like this is so we could be fully present in the now. So just being fully focused, fully present in the driving is meditation. That is meditation right there. Anything where you are fully present in the now, like right now, I am fully present with your questions and answers. This is meditation. Meditation doesn't mean going like this and going, it doesn't mean that. Okay, Brock, my father had a lot of trauma and tragedies in his life. I was a timid kid from childhood, and I get easily angry on my parents. Will meditation and breathing exercise help in healing my gut? Absolutely, Brock. Absolutely. It sounds like, we share, you and I share, very similar things. My father had a lot of trauma in his life. He was abused by his own parents. And so therefore he abused us. And so what meditation does, it will calm that nervous system. Breathing exercises will calm the nervous system. All that stuff will calm you down and help you to start to release all of that trauma that you're holding on to. You got to release it. So those things will definitely, I mean, I really cannot go without meditation. And breathing is so essential to calming our nervous system, to calming our bodies, our mind. Once we calm our minds, we calm our bodies, right? And so once we start to really calm everything down, then the body will say, oh, I'm in a safe place and now I could heal. The body has to feel like it's in a safe place. If you're in a fight or flight mode, the body has to gather all of the energy to be in the fight or flight mode. And therefore it cannot heal at that moment. And so anything that could calm you down will calm the body down, and then the body will go back to its healing. But the body will not heal when you're in a fight or flight mode. When you have an overactive nervous system, that is like a fight or flight mode. The body cannot heal at that point. The body has to be calm in order to heal. And this is why I say, my diet was essential, but the meditation, the breathing, the connecting with the divine was even more important for me. So I hope that answers your question, Brock. Shaz, I feel like I am not expressing my truth. I want to step into my authentic self. Thank you. Okay, Shaz. Yes. See, that's what I figure. I figure you were not able to express your truth. And that's why you felt you are, you have some blocked energy in your chakra center. And that makes sense. The way you step into your authentic self is by, again, by calming the mind. The meditation helps you to return to your authentic self. Why? When you come home to your truth, because what it is that you want to put, I always say we're like this onion, and the core of that onion is the truth of who we are. The core of that onion is the truth of who we are. And we're holding on to all of these limiting beliefs, all of these traumas, and those limiting beliefs and traumas are represented by the layers of the onion. You know how the onion has all of these layers? Well, the truth of us is that core onion. And that's the authentic self, as you mentioned, Shaz, that core of the onion. So all of these layers of onion are the limiting beliefs that we were conditioned by society, by our ancestors, our previous lives. We've been all conditioned with all of these layers. And so when we have to start peeling away each layer to return to that authentic self. And so this work of the meditation, the breathing, the clearing, the chakras are bit by bit, we're removing those layers of the onion in order to return to our authentic truth, that core of that onion. And so once, Shaz, you start releasing and removing and peeling away those layers, you will return more and more to your authentic self, which is when you will have the courage to speak your truth. So I hope that helps you, Shaz. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Lakshmi. Hi, Dark Magician. I just want to express my gratitude to you for everything you've shared with us on your channel over the years. I found so much healing and growth through spiritual practice. Oh, you're welcome, Dark Magician. This is my soul's path and journey. It's like I do this because, this is my soul's path. The funny thing is I am a life path 7. I was talking a little bit about numerology before. And, I'm a life path 7. If you guys look up what life path 7 is, you will see that life path 7, we are very obsessed about metaphysical, mystical things. We're really into spirituality and metaphysical and mystical things. And it's so funny because even as a little girl, I was always interested in, why I am here. What is the purpose of my existence in this physical plane, even as a little girl? So for me, this work that I do, Dark Magician, it's really just being on my soul's path. It's on that life path 7 path. That path is so resonates with me because it's all about the poet, the mystic, the teacher, the philosopher that is really into the metaphysical world. Because I believe that, I was talking to this with an energy healer named Shannon. She's amazing. And we were both having lunch. This was only about a week ago. And we were talking about how she's also a life path 7, it turns out. We were talking about how we live in the matrix. That I don't know if you guys saw the movie, The Matrix, where the physical world that we live in, this world, this time, space, reality world is really an illusion. It's the matrix. And I agreed with her. I absolutely feel that we live this time, space, reality, this, what we call the physical form, I feel is not the true reality. The true reality is beyond the physical form. It's in the non-physical, metaphysical. That's what I truly believe. And so everything that I do is about being on that metaphysical journey of expansion and growth. And so my work in the physical form is to support that. So I appreciate that you guys are all benefiting from this, from my message, because this is my soul's path. So you're welcome, Terry. You're welcome. And blessings to you, Lakshmi. Luna, Lisa, Tarot. Hi, Luna. Yes, absolutely. Right, Luna? Aren't we in a matrix? We're in the matrix, right? This is the matrix. This is not the real world. The real world is really the non-physical world, the non-physical, the higher consciousness world. Sri Rupa. Oh, absolutely right. Absolutely. And that's why I love that movie, The Matrix, because, in the movie, The Matrix, the world that we think is not the true world. The world where, we go to work, and the world where we drive, and the world where we're meeting people, and the world where, we have these relationships. That's called the matrix. This time, space, reality world is really the matrix. It's not really the truth. The truth is beyond this matrix. It's in a higher consciousness level. The Gita speaks. Oh yes, Bhagavad Gita. Yes, I have the book. I didn't finish it though. There's so many books that I'm reading right now. I'm reading about I Ching, numerology. What are some of and so I'm gonna get to know a lot more about numerology, because I'm really fascinated. I don't know how many of you are fascinated by numerology or know what your life path number is. But because, all numbers represent the spiritual consciousness. Numbers is a representation of the universal truths of universal spirituality. So when Pythagoras, number is a representation. That's why when you look at your life path number, you'll see how uncanny it's accurate for you. It's amazing. When I read the life path number of different people, I'm like, wow, that person really does represent that number, the way that person is. And so my life path number is 7. Yeah. So Saripa, the way to do it is you could Google this. To find your life path number, all you need is your birthday. That's all you need. And then you're going to add up the numbers, and they'll show you how to add up the numbers. And then you get to your life. You could do this in like 5 minutes. Just Google how to find a life path number, and then there'll be a website that shows you how to do it. And you're just adding up your birthday numbers, not necessarily 4 2 3, like they show you how to do it, and then it comes to usually to a single digit. Go to Google and look up how to find your life path number. Go to Google, and then there'll be a website that will show you exactly how to do it. It'll take you like 5 minutes. Once you read the instructions, it'll take you maybe probably even less than 5 minutes to do it. It's really easy. And you'll see what your life path number is. And I'm also reading a lot about the I Ching. I Ching is based on 64 codons. It's really interesting. Everything in the universe is numbers. Everything. There's nothing. I mean, our entire technology is based on numbers, right? Every technology, every code that we write is based on numbers, right? So numbers really governs the universe, and the numbers represent these universal forces. And that's why when you start to know these numbers, there's a life path number, there's a soul path number, there's like there's like multiple different numbers representing different things. So you're welcome, Saripa. Luna, I see that you are a tarot reader. I love tarot, and there's so many decks. I don't even know. I don't have a tarot deck, but I wish I could be a tarot expert because I love cards. I have different cards myself, but I have never done tarot cards, or I'm not even remotely a tarot card reader. So I love tarot, and I've had tarot cards read before in the past, and I love them. Yes, I think the 64 trigram, they call it trigrams. Yeah, but I Ching it's 64. That's the number. Yeah. So thank you for letting me know. Trigrams. Okay. They call it trigrams. Okay. Yeah. I guess you've also been studying I Ching. I think it's so fascinating. Anything that has to do with metaphysical. Does anybody have any other questions? So, with this numerology, it's been incredible. Also, one of the things that I'm using all these different spiritual traditions to help us match energy practitioners with users. And in our new platform, Om Heals, we're going to be matchmaking you. So all of these spiritual traditions, whether it's Vedic, or whether it's I Ching, or whether it's even Buddhism, all of these different traditions are reading about that and coming up with a formula that will help us to really match energetically the energy practitioner with the user. So and it's been so fascinating. My mind has been really blown away by everything. It constantly blows my mind how spot on people tell me I am. Yeah, isn't that amazing, Luna? It's so true. I love Luna. I love your name. It means moon, like me. Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's spot on. And the tarot, with tarot, when I've done tarot in the past, it's just been like, if you have a good tarot reader, every tarot reader has a different deck. They use different decks. And I know this one guy who created his own deck of cards for human design. Actually, he created his own deck of cards. My friend had a reading with him, and he was just spot on. Yeah, you get easily excited. Me too. There is a part of me that gets easily excited. It's like, it's really like, because you get excited because you feel like you've just connected with something so powerful. It's like, and it just makes sense. It just comes to you like, aha. When you have that aha moment, it's exciting. It's really exciting. Yeah, so true. I am so amazed by all of these modalities, and there's so many that I feel like I'm a student forever. Yes, that's right. I think that's why you and I get along so well. We both love the moon energy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, next month, for the full moon, I think it's for the full moon, I'm having my friend Tanya Smith. She's an energy healer practitioner. Actually, for those of you who wanted that chakra clearing, actually, she's actually coming on in, I believe it's June 10th. She will be coming on for the chakra clearing. She will come on live and we will do a chakra clearing on the full moon. Oh, you enjoy the little things? Yes. Yes, that is, that is the most powerful thing. When you enjoy the little things, that is the most powerful thing. Why? Because when you appreciate the little things, you're fully present in the now. It's the power of now. Like if you walking and you see a flower and you say, wow, what a beautiful flower that is. You are fully present in the now. And your power is only ever in the now. It's never in the future. It's never in the past. This matrix that we call the matrix has a timeline. It has the future and the past. But in the true nature of reality, in the higher consciousness, true nature of reality, there is no past and there is no future. There's only ever the now, right? So in order to really affect your future in this matrix, in this time-space reality matrix, in order to affect your future in a positive way, you have to be fully present in the now. You have to take care of now. And how do you take care of this moment? You take care of this moment by being fully present in this moment. That's how we take care of this moment. And so being excited about the small things, like you said, Lisa, being excited about the little things is your power. When you get excited about the little things, what are you doing? You're raising your vibrational frequency. You're raising it. And so this is not a small thing. It's not a small thing to be excited over the little things. That's not a small thing. That's actually a huge thing. Being excited and enjoying the little things is a big thing. It's a big thing. It helps you to heal. It helps you to raise your vibrational frequency. It helps you to connect with the divine. It helps you to connect with your truth. It helps you. I mean, there's a million ways that enjoying the little things help you. It is so powerful. And so Lisa, you've got it right. You get excited. Yes. Oh, thank you. Well, you know what? It's not even encouragement the way I see it. I don't even see it as encouragement. I feel like I'm speaking the truth of the way the nature of reality, of the universal reality. There's the matrix and then there's the universal nature of reality. And I feel like, the more I can speak to the nature of reality, the more I get excited and the more it feels like it's encouraging. Because I get excited because I feel like I'm speaking the truth. I feel like I'm being my authentic self. And that excitement comes off perhaps as encouraging. And so if I can encourage anyone, even one person, to be excited about the little things, that's a big deal. It's a really big deal to be excited about the little things. That's a powerful thing. So it's amazing that you guys are doing, that you're even mentioning this, Lisa. I really appreciate you. And I really appreciate your pointing that out about enjoying the little things. That is so powerful. And I think we underestimate how powerful it really is to enjoy the little things. And so I wanted to, I'm having to learn how to embrace my powers because I've been conditioned to believe I'm just too sensitive or I don't worry enough, all kinds of limiting beliefs. Yes, all of those things, a lot of that is conditioning. It is conditioning. And the other thing that you have to also know is that some people are naturally going to be more sensitive based on their human design. Like in human design, there's like these 9 energy centers, and there's an energy center for the emotional center. It's for the emotional center. And my energy center, that emotional center, is completely open. And because it's open, it's not defined, I can be empathic. I can be very empathic, which makes us more sensitive. And so one of the things, a trick that I've been taught by different teachers is when I start to feel like those emotions, one of the trick is to say, because a lot of times we're empathically taking on other people's emotions. We're taking it on if you're empathic. And a lot of tarot card readers, spiritual people are empathic. They could feel energy. They could feel other people's energy. So oftentimes it's not even our own emotions. We're taking on other people's. Right now, we've got the pandemic, we've got social injustice, we've got all these crazy things. We've got wars going on, right? We've got a lot of things going on in our world. And think about it. If you have that emotional center open, you're taking on the energy of the world. You're taking on the emotions of the world. And it's heavy. It's heavy. And so what I do, one of the things that I have to do is say, this is not my emotion. Who does this belong to? This is not my emotion. Who does this belong to? Yes, of course you're very empathic, Lisa. Of course you are. So it's obvious that, so one of the things is to say, who does this emotion belong to? Know that, that's why we have to do a lot of protection. And empaths have to protect ourselves more, our energy more. We have to have like an invisible shield, because we start taking in all these emotions of the world and what's going on in the planet. It's a heavy planet, right? It's heavy. Think about what does that does to you. It's so draining, right? And so trust me, I have to do a lot of exercises to help me release emotions, help me protect from bringing in too much energy from other people, from the planet, because we empathically pick up on not just even the people around us, but people who are halfway around the world. We're picking up their energy. We're picking up the energy of the world. So you have to remember, a lot of times it's not even your own emotions. It's not even your emotions. You think it is because you're feeling it, but it's really something that you're picking up from outside of you. So especially the more empathic you are, the more you're going to pick up things outside of you. So Lisa, I hope you will have compassion for yourself and know that, your sensitivity, your empathic abilities are beautiful, but they have to be protected. They have to be protected. They're beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, but they should also be protected so that you are not damaging your own body, but it's beautiful because you could feel other people and therefore you can have compassion and understanding and love. And that's a beautiful thing. But if you start taking too much of it, you're going to actually hurt your own health. So, and I'm sure you recognize that. Different question. Why do people suffer badly? Why is there so much suffering around us? The question torments me simply. Sri Rupa, you sound like the Buddha. The Buddha, that was exactly why Buddhism came about, because when, the Buddha went out, he was a prince and he went out of his mansion and he saw all the suffering. He couldn't understand, why is there so much suffering? And so he basically renounced all his wealth to live an ascetic life, to become a meditator, a yogi, to answer that very question. Why do people suffer? And in Buddhism, the foundation of suffering happens because we are attached. We are attached. We are attached to form. Form meaning we're attached to people. We're attached to money. We're attached to material things. We're attached to form. And so when we become attached, everything in the universe is in flux. It's fluid. Nothing stays the same. Change is the only constant. And when those change happens, when we lose our loved ones, we lose our job, we lose this, We lose that because we are attached. That creates suffering. It's because we're even attached to our own body. We're attached to this body. And so every time we become attached to anything, that's going to create suffering, because the truth is that everything, by the laws of the universe, must change. Everything in the universe is constantly changing. Nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. Your body does not stay the same. Your relationships don't stay the same. You know, nothing in life stays the same. Change is the only constant. And so when we attach to something and that something changes, that creates suffering, right? And so there's so much suffering because there's so much attachment. And so one of the things that I practice now is I practice being fluid. I was telling my business coach yesterday, he's also my life coach. I said, my thing is to be fluid. I have a vision, but I'm not going to be attached to the outcome. I have a vision, but not be it. Whatever happens, I know the universe has my back and it's for the highest good. Whatever happens to anything, whatever happens, I'm going to be fluid, and become less and less and less attached. Shaz, do you know much about the vagus nerve? I'm not a doctor. I don't know a lot about the vagus nerve, but the nervous system, of course, will affect everything in your body. The nervous system will affect, and the nervous system, it's just, yes, if it's going to affect your gut health, it's going to affect your chakras. It's going to affect other organs in your body. The nervous system will affect everything. And so if you've got this heightened nervous system, let's say that is, constantly in fight or flight mode, you're expending enormous amount of energy outward, and you're not giving your body the ability to heal. The body has to feel safe in order to heal. So if you have nervous that is a vagus nerve that is heightened, your body doesn't feel safe, and so it cannot heal. And that is the essence of that. But I don't know all the, every little bit about nervous system. I'm not a doctor, but, that nervous system has to be calm and feel safe for the body to heal. That is the essence here. So, but I don't know all the details of the nervous system. And I won't, I have so much to learn. God, I wish I could learn about the nervous system. But again, the time that I have, it's just limited. So I can't be an expert in everything. Luna Lisa, I believe suffering creates strength, openness to your higher self. I notice those with trauma or mental issues tend to be more spiritual than those who have a wonderful life. Right. That's right. The suffering is your teacher to become awakened, right? To enlighten yourself. Because if there was no suffering, the Buddha would not have tried to answer the question of suffering, right? He would not have been awakened or enlightened if there was no suffering. The suffering is the reason why he went on the path of becoming enlightened. So everything has a place. Everything serves. Everything has a place. The universe is infinitely smart, infinitely wise, and knows exactly why there's suffering. There's a purpose to everything. There's a purpose to, honestly, if it wasn't for my late sister's son's tragedy of death, I would never have nurtured my spirituality. It's because of her greatest tragedy that I am on my spiritual path. I've nurtured it because of her. If it wasn't for her death, I wouldn't have actively nurtured this path. So there was a reason for her death, her suffering. I mean, let me tell you that her suffering was enormous. She had stage 4 cancer. She was battling her cancer for 4 years of tremendous suffering. Yeah, Right. Luna, Lisa, we understand you. Definitely. Bastian. Hi. Hello, Bastian. Yes. That's good that you are very adaptable. Swarupa. Yes. Third eye witness, spectator. We need to stay as a spectator. I agree with you, because the more you can pull away and become a third eye witness, the more you can really see. You're not so soaked up in that drama, right? You could see it as a third eye witness. And that's a powerful state. That's how Eckhart Tolle, the book, The Power of Now, he was able to write that book. He was suicidal depression, and he literally pulled his mind out looking at him suicidal. And he realized, wow, that's not the truth of me. The truth of me is not the suicidal part. The truth of me is the spectator that's looking at that person. Okay. Oh, Lakshmi, I'm glad you love my background. Yeah, I have all these moon pictures and I just, I'm going to change it again. Yes, suffering, RS. Yes, suffering opens your consciousness deeper. It is rising above duality to wholeness. That's right. It is rising above duality to oneness. Oneness. Uh, Thank you. I'm glad my words are encouraging. Sending love and light to you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, RS. Love and light to all of you. And this is a great way to now close out the room. And I will be here again once a month to answer your questions. And again, in Clubhouse, if you are joined Clubhouse, Tuesday nights at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, which is 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, we're doing this group consciousness healing meditation where we ask an individual of what they want to be healed. Last week, we did a lady, she wanted to lose 25 pounds. A week before, another lady, she has her own autoimmune issues. And as a collective group, the power of group consciousness, we send that healing intention to that individual. And as we heal that individual, we heal ourselves. So join us Tuesday night in Clubhouse in the Yin and Yang living room, May 18th, 6:30 p.m. So let's close out. Hi, Iris. Oh, you're from Holland? Just found. Oh, I'm so welcome. Welcome. I love Holland. You're welcome. So let's close out this room. And again, once a month, I'm here to answer your questions live. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Let's really be focused in the power of now. And use our breath to help us be fully present in the now, because this is where all of our power is. It's not in the past. It's not in the future. It's only ever in the now. So breathe in deeply a couple of times, in and out. And let's connect to the energies of everyone in this room and around the planet. Connect to the energy of love and compassion and understanding. Dear God, dear divine, dear ascended masters and spirit guides, thank you so much for allowing us to open this space. This digital space still connects us because we are energetically all connected, and we know that you have allowed the people to come into this room that should and want to hear the message. So thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to be your channeler, your conduit for these messages of universal truths. We are so grateful that we are awakening ourselves and being on our soul's path to be able to come into this physical form and experience contrast, experience suffering that will teach us to awaken us to our truth and awaken us to our true path. As we all know, this time-space reality is the matrix, and this matrix has a very good reason why we are here. We are here in this matrix to witness suffering, to witness pain, so that we can transcend our own suffering and pain and become the light and open our vessel of light bigger and bigger, so that we may become closer to your light, to you, divine. And we are so grateful for the opportunities, because everything in our life, everything that we experience is an opportunity for the growth and expansion of our soul. So we are so grateful. I'm so grateful to my audience, all the viewers, and the questions. These are incredibly profound questions that every viewer has asked. And these questions are so profound because when we answer these questions, we are not just helping one person, but we are helping everyone that watches this. And we all join our energies together to send out love, compassion, understanding, and remove ourselves from judgment of others. Because if we live in their shoes for even 5 minutes, we will have more compassion and understanding of other people's journeys. So that is one of the enlightened things that we are learning in this path, to not judge others, to refrain from judging others, even though that we sometimes do it without thought as a default response. So we thank you for allowing us to reveal the truth of no judgment, because the less we judge, the more we become closer to our divine energy. And so thank you, God. And we are so grateful that you allow us to surrender and release all doubt, all all doubt, all worries, all concerns, and bring us and attract more faith into our lives. We have a little bit more faith each day and every day, a little bit more faith in your divine abilities. We're so grateful that we can surrender all of this resistant energy to you, knowing that you have unconditional wisdom to make all things happen as they should, and that we are here to just be present with what is and be fluid and accept change and allow change and be okay with change, because change is the only constant. And finally, we thank you, Divine, for providing us with unconditional protection, unconditional compassion, unconditional wisdom, and unconditional love. Amen. Namaste. Om Shanti. Okay, bye. Thank you, everyone, for your questions. And I'll see you soon. And take care in the meantime. I send you much love and blessings. Namaste.